whoever wants to take this question. So it's from our audience, and so I might be a minute over our allotted window. So the question was, how do all the panelists see the critical seafarer crisis that we are experiencing at sea impacting global trade? We know with COVID, there's been a lot of restrictions and gangway up where seafarers just can't get off their vessels. They can't do their crew changes. So it's been a very complicated area. So, what are your thoughts on how this is going to get cleared up eventually? When will they get vaccinated? And will we see something detrimental happen if we can't get our seafarers off their vessels on time? So
well,
I'll
go ahead. I could say from the, I sailed at sea as an engineer. I know what it's like to be out there. And in the fatigue after 120 days under normal circumstances, 4 months out there, it gets pretty stressful. When I look at the seafarer right now, what we're looking at is basically the cruise industry is going to start from scratch, especially here in the United States. So when you have the cruise industry where you have ships that are not manned right now, not staffed, we'll see how that's going to work out because, a lot of your officers are from Europe. A lot of your crew members are from the Philippines. So we've got to staff up those vessels around the world to get that industry up and running again. And that's going to require vaccinations. It's going to require the confidence of the port state control that those ships can sail and interact with your consumers and passengers. It's a long road ahead, but I think we have an opportunity right now, to get a hold of, something that nobody's really talking about is how do you prove somebody's been vaccinated? Is there a database? Do you carry it with your passport? Do you carry it with your shipping papers as a crew member? But that's something that, is right in front of us right now. And it's probably something that can be counterfeited too, until we get control of some kind of digital chip that the public and governments can be comfortable with on that COVID vaccination for both passengers in the cruise ship industry and crew members on any type of vessel. That's what I think we're faced with right now during this COVID pandemic.
Adil, quickly, you've got 900,000 seafarers where they hail from developing nations that will not have the vaccine until 2024. I know for a fact that the International Chamber of Shipping is speaking with the Federal Maritime Commission to see if ports like the Port of Los Angeles, Gene Soroka told me that they're going to start inoculating seafarers once, their time is up. So you need to have these hubs be able to put shots in arms, preferably J&J because it's one shot, because the vaccination passport and what China is doing right now, not allowing crew members off for crew changes because they don't have the Chinese vaccine, it's wrong. And these men and women need to get home, and they need, from a mental standpoint, be able to have access to this vaccine.
I agree.
Final thoughts, Mario?
No, I agree. I think the bottom line is, it's an essential workforce. So here in Long Beach, we were successful in the high advocacy of the need to vaccinate the men and women on the waterfront for the same reason. You jeopardize that workforce, you jeopardize the movement of cargo. And the same could be said of seafarers. I think, again, they are essential to this operation and goods movement in our global community. And the priority there should be focused with the vaccination there with that workforce.